Hi, my name is Ashley Hudgens, and the topic that I selected was called Students Who Need Special Attention, or Discovering Students with Special Needs in the Classroom. The reason why I chose this topic is because in my own experiences in observing in a classroom, in a kindergarten classroom, at an elementary school in Virginia Beach, there was a student that had perhaps autism, but it was not called to the attention of the teacher or the teacher's aide until this month, which is December, and it really made me curious about studying this type of instance because I had never really thought about it before. Unfortunately, throughout this video, you'll find that there really isn't much original multimedia pictures, video, or anything because I was not cleared with all of the students, even the faculty, for taking pictures or video of the students, which is really what I needed to do for this project, but nonetheless I still wanted to present on this topic. And the student that we are looking at, we're going to call him Todd, and Todd's brother. I interviewed the teacher and the teacher's aide about Todd and Todd's family situation and his brother, his brother is autistic. And the mother would come in and talk to the teachers and say that Todd has had a rough weekend and they're trying to figure out what's going on. But the teachers didn't know that Todd had special needs until this month, 4 months into the school year, which kind of startled me because I feel that the student could have had access to a lot of resources that the school offered had it been picked up on earlier on in the school year. So that's something that I was also interested in. After having a few more opportunities to talk with the teachers of the kindergarten classroom, Mrs. K, who is the head teacher, and that's a nickname for her, and she told me that they had been emailing the mother back and forth for the past month, trying to get permission from her to have the school test the child to see what the situation was, especially with the child, especially with his brother being severely autistic, and him showing autistic signs. They definitely wanted to get him in to test him soon while he's in kindergarten. What bothered me in conclusion, or reflecting back, was that it wasn't addressed until December. Even though he is in kindergarten, which I think is fantastic that it's now instead of second grade, perhaps, but I feel that it should have been jumped on maybe earlier on. The teachers, when I talked to them and interviewed them, they said that they had already made different lesson plans, and they would give Todd different plans and different activities while other students were doing other things. But they integrated him with the rest of the students. He sat at the same table as the rest of the class, in the grouped tables around the classroom. They would just have him do a different activity, something that he could do, and they would touch back with him a lot more throughout the activity to make sure he was understanding everything and to make sure that he was on task. So apparently they finally got a hold of the mother, and he was put in testing last week, and they're just waiting to hear back on what the situation is. But the teachers and the mother are all in agreement that they think he has a form of autism. I really felt in my reflection that I learned that you really need to keep an eye out and give special attention to all of your students, whether they need special needs or not. Just to pay attention and keep track and keep record of how they're acquiring new knowledge and how they're doing in learning, and just even their behavioral patterns, and seeing how, talking to the parents and keeping in touch with them and making sure you know how their activities are at home and how their behavior is at home in comparison to at school, and how he is with other students, and letting the parents know that as well, because I think that that's highly important in catching these types of things early on, like autism. I really think that this helped me think more about the classroom in general and how you need to be more aware of your students and what's going on. And that is all.